Hey guys, hope everything's going well with you. What we're going to do here today, I'm going to help you get started with your structure. Now, I'm going to take this example as if you were going to maybe start a house. That's just typically what most students create just because it's most familiar with them. You most definitely do not have to create a house, but it's just an easy way to get started. So as you can see here from my code line, I already have some code here. I have a background, so it's in like a light bluish color. That's going to be the sky of my image here. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to put some grass going straight across here. I'm going to make a rectangle that's going to be filled in with a green color. So I'm going to first do a fill color, and I'm going to choose my green grass color here. So I'll just put that in. Something looks much greener than my own grass. And then I'm going to put a rectangle here. So this rectangle is going to fit the purpose of the ground. So I'm going to start here at 0. So I'm going to say 0 because it's right up against the left-hand margin. I'm going to go down, let's say about, I'm going to say like 220, let's say. As an example, I can make an adjustment here in just a second. Obviously, it's got to go 400 across, and I'm just going to make it at 200. I know that it'll go down 200 past, but that's okay for now. So you guys can see that I have a nice, looks like a nice grass there. So I'll identify this as lawn. All right, next. This is the important part that I want you guys to understand here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to build a frame of a house. Now, think about this. When we're building our frame of our house, or any structure for that matter, you want to leave some room around the edges to allow for depth and proportion and balance. So you can see things going around. So if you just took a look at your house right in front of you, you notice maybe you have a walkway, maybe you have a mailbox, maybe you have some flowers, shrubs, whatever it might be. But you have some things around your house. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put a fill color in here. So I'm going to use, like, let's say like a brownish color as an example. Come down here. There we go. And I'm going to put a rectangle. And now when I put this rectangle for the frame of my house, I'm not going to place it all the way down here at the bottom because I want to allow again, for that depth and proportion and balance. And I'm not going to put it all the way up here to top. I'm going to put it like right about there. Okay. So I'm going to put another rectangle, and I'm going to put this rectangle maybe at like let's say 120 in. Actually, I'm going to make this easy. I'm going to go 100 in, and then I'm going to bring it down about let's say about 200. I'm going to make it 200 wide and let's say 100 deep. There you go. Now, what this allowed me to do here, I have some room here for the side if I want to put some other images, or some, maybe make a tree, things like that. Something over here, maybe I want to make a garage. Maybe I'll even make this a little bit smaller. So instead of 200, excuse me, and instead of making this 200 wide, maybe I'll make it like 160. There you go. Because then I could put like a little garage over here. And maybe instead of 100, I'm going to move it over to about like 80. So there we go. That looks a little bit better because then I'll put a garage here. So as you can see, I'm leaving some room around here to leave for, again, depth, proportion, and balance. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to put a garage on. Let's say maybe I'll keep the same color. I'm going to put a rectangle here. And this one, since I came in 80 plus 160, that would be, what is that, like 240 something? Yeah, let's say 240 over. Let's say 240 over. Maybe I'll make this 60 pixels wide. Um, I'm sorry, I'll put this out like let's say 220 down. I'll maybe make it let's say 60 pixels wide, and I'll make it again, I'll make it like 80 tall, something like that. Let's see what this looks like. That's a little bit small for me, so maybe first I'll make sure I'm at a good spot. 240. So maybe instead of 80, 60, maybe I'll make it into 80. Give it like a little bit of look there. There you go. Now I can start putting some roofs on here, things like that. So maybe I'll help you out here with the roof. Let's say roof. I'm going to put this out. Let's say a black roof. And let's say, for an example, maybe I'm just going to put a triangle roof. Okay, I'm going to put a triangle roof. Or maybe you want to use a quad roof. That's totally up to you. So first I'll label this frame of house. And down here, I'm going to label this roof. So first I'll go with a triangle, just so you guys can see that. And I know that my rectangle is at 80 pixels over. It's 100, so that is 240. Half of 240 is 120. So I know that the peak of my roof is going to be at 120. Maybe I'll make it at 180 down. I know the start of my roof was at 80. Go back there, put that at 80. And I know that was at 200. And then, so what I did, I went from the center over to here. So for my roof, I started here in the center, and I went here. So I call this X1, Y1, X2, Y2, and now I just have to do my X3, Y3, which my X3, Y3 would be, if I started at 80, and so it'd be 240 and 200. Eeks. And that is way off, so I got to make my adjustment here. I think it's supposed to be, what is it, 160, and that is way too low, so I need to bring that up. Let's say maybe, yeah, make it 140. There you go. Obviously, you guys can see I made a mistake, but it's pretty easy to correct. So as you can see, it's starting to form out to look like something like a structure or a house, whatever you might want to call this. So again, the point being, what I want you to do here, as you guys notice, I don't want this jammed up here at the top or all the way over to the left or right or the bottom. I want to leave it somewhere about 2/3 of the way down the canvas so that you can create other images to obviously give a depth, proportion, and balance. So hopefully this helps you out. Sorry for the mower there in the back, but hopefully this makes sense to you guys. Alrighty, let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and best of luck creating your structure. Can't wait to see them. I'm sure they're going to be awesome.